Howdy, howdy, fellas. Got a World of Warships Legends match today in the BA Utnapishtim's ship, I believe is approaching how you say that. This is obviously a BA Blue Archive. I think that's what it stands for. Ship, it came out a little while ago. What else did it come with? I don't remember what else came out in that wave. This was one of them. It has a 30mm bow, which is important because a lot of the stuff, as they've added more and more ships. Oh wait, yeah, here's my build. The other highlight of this is that ALTallinn, and also highlighting that the Sigma on BA Utnapishtim is quite bad, 1.7. And so I am trying kind of like a dispersion maximizing build. I've been messing around with this on some of the battleships. I didn't show the other build. So the other important thing is I've also got chromium barrels. You can see I have 12km detection on the ship, which it's normally quite, with concealment it's like 10-8. So I don't know that I'm going to keep this. I've been trying all week to get a match in Siegfried that highlights the build with chromium barrels, but it has just been a nonsense week, and you'll see some of that in this match. I haven't played a ton, but it's just like every match it's either a steamroll or, one way or the other. A lot of steamrolls both ways. I'll get, it'll be no sunk on my team, and then no sunk on the enemy team the very next match. Just like swings back and forth. And then I've also had matches like this where it's just, scraping and fighting, but just absolutely hard carrying to the bitter end. I've had several. I think I'm going to make a couple tonight of similar kind of matches. And it's just like all over the place this week, and very few in between. I've had a handful of decent matches where it's like, oh yeah, like we had good players, the enemy team had good players, we fought it out, and the best team won. Like, it's kind of how you expect it to go. This, it's been like a bloodbath one way or the other, or just a total bloodbath, and me sitting in the middle trying to pick up as many scraps as I can. So you saw me, I burned the DFAA early, so I look like there's no carrier. I can burn that without any penalty. Ooh, good Citadel in the Montana. I want to use consumables, not waste them. But, oh, you know what? I legitimately could have had that kill. That could have been another one. What was I saying? The build. Max dispersion, max accuracy. BA Utnapishtim is quite good. It has a 30mm bow. That's getting overmatched by an increasing amount of ships at the tier, or that it will face at the tier. They're all in legendary tier, but obviously it's tier 8. You face legendary tier as often as not. I find my tier 8 is not quite as bad as tier 6 for, like, really Colbert. It's not quite as bad as, like, always being bottom tier, but it's pretty close. I find, for me, it's pretty likely to get in a legendary tier match, so that tier 8 problem. This Colbert, oh man, he gets away with so much. This never happens to me in Colbert, and like, look, I should have zoomed in on some of these. It's like, I get 2 full pins and 2 bounces, but I take Citadels like crazy in the Colbert. All kinds of random angles and nonsense. It's got ridiculous armor, but I made the video of like, lol, Colbert, like, these, I should have led a little bit higher, but he's been turning back in, and like, they just don't hit. He's broadside, and they bounce and split right around him. Like, where is the luck? Colbert is made of Citadel. What? So I think we take one more pot shot in the 8. Oh no, I think maybe, yeah, like, I do switch to HE at some point. Yeah, like, oh my gosh, dude, hit pin, but where's the Citadel? I don't know. When I get shot at in the Colbert, and he's just turning. Like, it's not even like he's, reading the stuff. I don't know. I'm not amazing at that shot. That's a shot that I've been working on, both close range and long range. I can't quite get the lead right. Yeah, like, he turns... Oh, yeah, that one does Citadel. Okay, I was like, there is a Citadel in here somewhere. But it's only one. I mean, like, it could have wrecked him a lot more. I do change to HE, because HE actually does wreck the Colbert, or at least that's what I play it. But anyway, I'm all over the place. This match is like, as usual, there's just too much to talk about. I shouldn't have sped up the beginning. Actually, I'm not going to go back and change it because I've got too many videos to get through. But the build, ALTallinn, I like her. I think she can be awkward. I think she has a lot of potential. There are ships that she certainly works particularly well with. Oh my gosh, and look at that. Like, what? Why does that even shatter? Oh, the Colbert doesn't have anything that can shatter it. What? I legitimately don't know what on the Colbert can shatter that. The guns are destroyer armor. Like, they're blue armor. I do not know what shattered that shell. What on the Colbert armor profile can shatter a 305 HE shell? And then this, like, oh my god, this Colbert drove me nuts. That salvo was perfect, and they literally split around him. But then thankfully the splash damage did knock the engine, which is a big weakness of the Colbert. And then just like, oh my gosh, where's the damn Alright, enough about the Colbert. He does go we'll just put a pin in that guy. ALTallinn is the big new thing, that commander. I've used her as a straight up commander on the Soviet cruisers, because that's what she can do. I like her. She can be awkward. Like, if you don't have the consumables that make sense to use. I did play a match with Siegfried with Harbin and Arthas of like, oh, you can do the planes and fully pack it. Like, it felt awful because you don't have, like, you want to use another. So, man, I got too many things to talk about. Let me focus on this match. We'll get the Siegfried if we ever get the Siegfried. I felt like the accuracy was much improved. I've got Scott and ALTallinn, and then obviously the fixated is the skill in the damage cruiser commander alliance that gives you a little bit of extra accuracy. So that worked well. Yay, good hit on the Colbert. That's what happens to me. And I found that this did rein in the accuracy a little bit. I might actually even switch Scott for ALTallinn, but I used this build on a few other ships, so I don't know that that's the best overall, and Scott's still fine. But with dispersion, like, I really think, you know, stacking it up higher and higher and higher does give you kind of increasing results. Like, the smaller the dimensions of that ellipse gets, you know, it's a two-dimensional figure. The horizontal and vertical dimensions, like, you're increasing, you're reducing more than it looks like. You know, it's like, oh, if your linear dimensions are half, your ellipse area is going to be about a quarter. I'm not, like, ellipses, it's been a long time since I've done area of ellipses, and that's not a thing that I did a ton of, so I don't remember the exact formula. But it's not, you know, it's related to the area of a circle, you know, pi r squared, and so, like, your area decreases at the, like, a square ratio of the linear dimensions. Whatever. I did a horrible job explaining that, but hopefully you guys understand. Again, I got a lot to get through. I got a lot to talk about. I like the maxing dispersion, and to the point of this ship, it is Sigma. I call it Sigma agnostic. I coined that term, and I think it's appropriate. It doesn't care what the Sigma of your ship is. The Sigma still matters because that still you know, impacts the grouping of the shells closer to the center, whereas the dispersion just decreases the overall size of the ellipse. But I think that for ships that have high sigma, for ships that don't have high sigma, being able to reduce the overall dispersion is really helpful. So I've liked it, and I like the builds because I can kind of keep the same build for different things. And actually saying that, maybe I will go try out Scharnhorst and just pop it on this one to see if I can tell a difference. ALTallinn is really nice because she gives up to 7% of grouping and dispersion. That is a really good buff, but again, it has that drawback of it takes the time to wind up. Some ships, depending on the build, don't even have enough consumables to get it all the way to 7 stacks. And like now, you can see, now I have the full bonus for a large part of the match. I didn't. The point I was trying to make earlier is, like, with Siegfried, with Arthas to ALTallinn, it just felt terrible. It felt like I had no accuracy bonuses for the first, actually most of the match, because it's like I'm waiting for the good shot to use Arthas. I never get the good shot because the accuracy is horrible. So I did it like that. We are using chromium barrels. That's the other aspect of the dispersion maxing thing on this one. As I kind of expected when they announced it, I don't know that that is the best build for almost any ship. I don't really think it's necessarily better for this one, this match notwithstanding. This is the only match I played with it, so this isn't even necessarily like just the build. But for me, you know, I've talked about this before, I don't always build the ships as just like the most try hard, need to win. I like to win. I don't want to build my ships like in a way that I can't win with, but I definitely prioritize the quote-unquote fun. And for me, that is like hitting the shots, doing the damage, being able to move around, do stuff, not just like sit in one spot and, you know, carefully advance and find the other team, like whatever. I play solo. I gotta get the whatever. Oh, this is such a cheeky shot on the Navarin over the edge. Oh, you gotta love it. But I think Chromium Barrels opens up some fun builds on some ships. I've tried it on a handful. Good fun on Siegfried in general, despite not getting a really good match in it. Again, mostly just the shenanigans of the week. Ooh, 7 out of 8, man. Yeah, like I never got those hits without this build. I think I like this, and I've got ALTallinn max now. That I have exactly 7 consumables. I am running refill station just to get the damage out. I do tend to like refill station and a little bit of extra range when you need it, or when you can. Oh, good hits on the Rhode Island. Our Des Moines was AFK for the first part of the match. Our Udachi is like here with us, but like, why is he behind me? I tell you guys, this blue team was killing me. I'm looking at this and I'm like, honestly, man, like I think I can win this if you guys like do anything. The Des Moines is broadside to a battleship with 14-inch guns and lets him just like wreck him after being AFK for the first, whatever, like 7 minutes of the match, 8 or 9 minutes, honestly. But then look at the Des Moines score at the end compared to the rest of the team. Like, it's just the blue team of all blue teams. And I'm like, I think I called it a Udachi, it's a Yugamo. Like, dude, just do like anything, and then oh my god, like that is a shot on that thing. That's alright. He's like, oh, maybe I should angle in. Yeah, you should angle in. Yeah, he's been shooting AP, and again, I do have that 30mm nose. I can bounce it. Yeah, just kind of bounce it right there. It's got a deck, but it does have, similar to the Alaska, it's got the like weaker upper belt, so you have to be a little careful about that. But yeah, here we're going this Yugamo, man. Like, okay, he did launch torps, like that's fine. Oh yeah, and early I didn't even mention it. He like blind launched torps off to the right. I'm just like, what are those even for? I just don't even understand. Oh, we're taking our time, trying to line up the shot just right, and then, oh yes, I thought it wasn't gonna go. I thought it was like he was gonna live with a sliver of health, and then, you know, some nonsense. We ticked. Oh, we get it. Just the points. I'm just like, oh man, we did it. We did it. Just retreat. And then, you guys, he's been behind me for the last like 4 minutes. We're up on points with 30 seconds left, and he's like, okay, now I'm gonna go find the destroyer. I'm like, no! No, what are you doing? Where was this aggression like any other time? Like, now you're leaving? Oh my gosh. I'm just trying to be a little careful, you know, if the destroyer pops around the corner. I don't want to be right on the island and have no room to maneuver, but also don't want to be like in nothing. But then the time I see him as an A, it's like, oh, we did it. We did it. Like, oh my gosh. I'm sure this is a record for this ship because I don't think anyone plays it, but 242k, and then, oh my gosh, 4.9k. GG.